Watch this, 5 minutes or less. For you new folks, this would probably be best for you because it's 5 minutes or less. It's kind of like the easiest way to do this. My name is Oscar Garcia. I'm the vice president of the company. We like to show things in a corporate fashion, and really it's a simple understanding what we do. We offer merchant services to anyone in business, period. It's the one thing that we can all share in common in any type of business. Whether you're a physical business or an internet business, we all share that in common. So really, just to show you what we do is traditionally in the merchant service industry, this is how complicated it is. You usually have a wholesaler that gets their rates from Visa, MasterCard. From there, you have an MSP ISO. These individuals pay $15,000 to $100,000 to be able to offer merchant services, and they do it through sales reps that get merchants. But understand this, when a merchant does a sale, that sale from the customer gets communicated by a gateway. That gateway talks to my bank and says, does Oscar have money for the purchase that he's doing? If the answer is yes, he gets about 95% of it. The merchant gets 95% of their money. The other 5% is divided up between the sales rep, the MSP, the level 1, and Visa, MasterCard. Hold. Edit. Okay. So what we're doing that's unique is for the first time in history, with the help of technology, we are the only level 1 service provider in the world that is a level 1, has an MSP, has sales reps, owns their own gateway, owns their own web development software. We're the only one that owns all the moving parts. That's why we can offer wholesale rates directly to you and actually have you pass on those savings to the merchants. So we went from multiple steps to one step. That's all we're doing. Now the reason why we're doing that is because we want the merchant accounts. And I'll show you how much money there is in merchant accounts. But in order for us to get the merchant accounts, we have to offer value-added software that finishes the entire business circle. See, any business out there needs a website, but they need a website with a merchant account, with shopping cart. We give them a website that is fully integrated with a merchant account. It's a $5,000 value for them that you can get at wholesale rates. Your wholesale rate's about $200-300. The MSRP is $5,000. The difference is yours in 48 hours. But all of that doesn't matter unless it's tied to a merchant account. That merchant account gives you cash flow. It gives you money in your bank account in 48 hours, and without cash flow, any business is dead. I think we can all agree about that. So this merchant account is the catalyst behind everything, but you also need marketing. Without marketing, how are you going to bring new customers to your business? I don't care if you're a physical business, an internet business, or an entrepreneur. We all need marketing. We cannot survive just on our friends and family buying stuff from us on our small businesses. So we need marketing. For us, we've tied all of those things together, and we call that a brand partner. A brand partner is someone that instead of spending $15,000 to become an MSP, $5,000 to get a website, and hold, let's turn that off, and $15,000 to get search engine optimization, our brand partners can pick up the entire software package for $1,000. It's unheard of. There's two ways we make money. We're after the merchant accounts, but we're after making sure our brand partners make money daily, like any other real business out there. So there's two things we want. One, we want a merchant account, but we want you to survive enough time to get a merchant account. Because look, you can offer any business a real merchant account, and if that business is doing $1 million in business, traditionally they're spending 2 to 3% on merchant services. Some pay more, some pay less, depending on the business. But if a business is doing $1 million a month and paying 3%, that means they're losing $30,000 a month to merchant services. Do you see where I'm getting the number? Mm-hmm. We can in turn take the same $1 million a month contract and charge them less. Let's say theoretically we charge them 1%. Now we can go as low as 0.20%. It's a 20th of a percent above Visa, MasterCard. It's the lowest standard rate in the industry. We can go as low as that, but do we have to in this example if they're paying 3? No. We can stick to 1. So if we can bring them down to 1, they're paying 10,000. Is 10,000 better than 30,000? Yes. And we will give you 50% of the profit that we make for that merchant, which is $5,000 a month, month after month after month. Here's the problem with this. One, you need to prospect the person. That usually takes 30 days. You need to get them to process. That's another 30 days. And then you need to get paid. That's another 30 days. That's 90 days without getting paid. So that was a major problem. We had to solve that. Our solution was simple. Why don't you put a networking model behind it? And in networking, it was the fastest way for us to generate a huge business network. Meaning this, we can turn any business person into a real merchant account in 4 minutes. That's our patent pending technology. All you need is a bank account, a voided check, a ID, you need a FICO score of 500 or better, and a domain name. Your FICO score 500, that's low. You guys know. Bankruptcy is 550. If you didn't know, now you know. So we're below bankruptcy standards. So that will activate you as a real business that can get paid in 48 hours for whatever you do. If you bring in a merchant, you get 50%. But if you bring in another brand partner that can help you start, networking out there, you get out of their $1,000 business, you get 20% for bringing them in, which is $200 in 48 hours. For every personal business partner you bring in, you're going to get $200 for every personal. Second way we get paid is a 3% override on everyone they bring in. So if they're bringing someone in to the business network, they're getting $200, but you're getting 3% off of these individuals, which is about $30 up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 generations of individuals. 3%, $30. And you get that in 48 hours, no matter who brings them in your business network. The third way we get paid is a 6%, and this is what we call it, a multi-channel unit bonus. That means there's 2 vertical markets, meaning you've built this group, and now you're building this group. When this group matches, when people start bringing in other folks in here, and it doesn't matter if he brought them in, you brought them in, or someone that started before you is bringing them in, you're getting this 6% matching bonus, which is an additional $60 off of anyone in your business network. That's up to $5,000 a day for this position. It's quite significant. This gives you the ability to survive. Well, actually, it gives you more than the ability to survive. You're making $5,000 a day. You're doing really good, right? But what we're saying is you got cash flow in 48 hours, right? That way, you can have time to gather one real merchant account. One real one. Because look what we're doing really. Let's erase this just for right now, just to throw up an example. When we bring in 10,000 brand partners, it will be the largest sales business network to acquire merchant accounts in the history of merchant services. Our goal is to have everyone just bring in one account each, 10,000 accounts, one account every 90 days that does $10,000 in business. Not $1 million, 10,000. Some will do more, some will do less. We're averaging them out. That's all we're doing. Theoretically, if we do that, we will do $100 million in business. If we take 1%, that's $1 million that we share as residual income. We sell that to the banks as institutional portfolios. Meaning the banking world buys mortgages. The banking world buys merchant portfolios. They will buy this to up to 30 times earnings, depending on the type of business. Medical is a lot more than that. It's 40, 50 times earnings. .coms is less than that. It's 6 times earnings. So it all depends on the business. That means, theoretically here, we can have a $30 million merchant portfolio buyout. What does that mean for you? That means that if you brought in a merchant account and you were making $5,000 month 1, month 2, month 3, after month 3 we can sell that as part of our portfolio and you can get an estimated 30 times of earnings, which is $150,000 for that one account. What if you had 10? What if you didn't even have it? What if you brought in someone here who had the account and they were making $5,000? Well, the fourth and fifth way we get paid is you get a 10% override on your entire business network of the personal referrals you bring in. You also get a 3% override of all their business networks up to 5 tiers. Meaning, in just this example of the 10%, you would be generating $1,000 a month off of his merchant account that he brought in. But when we sell the portfolio, you would also pick up a $30,000 bonus off of that portfolio sellout. So imagine for you business networkers, you build a large organization. Some will, some won't, right? You know that 20 to 30% of your organization will bring in big accounts. Your other percentage of organizations will bring in small accounts or maybe even one in their life. All of that counts for these 10,000 units that we need to do to create an institutional portfolio for us to have this type of bonus structure. Now, literally what happens if you were making 3% of that merchant account, meaning $300, you got to understand, you multiply that by 30, that's $9,000. We take 50% of that and we pay that out in what you call a daily marketing bonus. So we take a percentage of that and we can pay that out, and that percentage, let's say in this case was $4,500 that we needed to pay out, divide that by 90 days on our daily marketing bonuses that we'll pay out. 90 divided by 4,500 is $50 a day. Now that's if all of this happens. But that's where the income is coming from. What we've literally done is found a creative way to pay every 48 hours 70%. That's all we're doing. We found a way where we can give you the ability to make money daily so you can have enough time to bring in one real account for merchant services. That's what the business model is. Contact the person that invited you over and they'll answer all your details. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And recording.